There we are.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me correct this.
Oh, the ghost.
The ghost guy's there. I don't know why he's there. I got to get rid of him.
He disappears.
As much as I love him, I got to get rid of him. So here we are again.
Day number 5. Well,
Yeah,
6 now. It's day
6.
6.
Yeah. 6 of our tour.
Of our tour. We're
Of our
halfway through.
tour.
We are halfway through.
We are halfway through. Are we?
Mm-hmm.
No, because I think I might have 1 or 2 more after that.
But you might have more.
Yeah.
I won't be. I'm halfway through.
So obviously you can tell we're a little bit what would you say, knackered?
Yeah. Knackered. Feeling fatigue.
Yes, the fatigue is coming on. See what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the fatigue. Now, can you hear us?
Yeah.
I tried to fix it this morning. Hi, Chris. And Irene's in the room. Nando's in the room. Hello, Nando.
Natasha. Hello.
Natasha's in the room. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, see how it just drops like that?
And it's going up again. So.
Yeah, it's just weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
So if you can hear us, just put a yes in. Someone put a yes in there to make sure our sound isn't breaking up today, because it happens every day we've done this so far.
Well, no, I don't think it happened at my sister's. Did it?
Mm.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Okay.
Can't get rid of me.
Thank you, Nando. So perfect. So they can hear us.
Perfect.
Great. So I think I fixed it. I think I knew what the problem was.
Only took us 5 days of doing this in a row to work that out.
Yeah. This has been not necessarily a priority.
No.
We've made it a priority.
We have.
Yeah.
Mistakenly.
But well, no, I wouldn't say mistakenly. But okay, so last night's investigation.
Yeah, so if anyone's been keeping up with the shows so far, we went to Nottingham last night. We went to the Colston Bassett church ruin rather than abandoned church.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's Church,
yeah.
And it was first of all, I want to say it's a great location to start with. It's a really good find, and it's definitely something that maybe it will look very different in your videos because you don't see that kind of structure as much in Canada.
Yeah. No, you don't see it at all.
Yeah, because they're everywhere here.
Yeah.
So it was a cool structure. However, it was a relatively quiet evening in terms of evidence. We had probably got something on the spirit box.
Yeah, we got a couple of things on the spirit box last night. Overall, it was quite windy.
It's very windy.
And I will say this was the first meetup with GSI.
Yep.
We met up with John and Ralph for the very first time. And I will say there was a lot more laughing during the investigation that we had a good time.
We probably definitely hindered ourselves a little bit.
Yeah, so we didn't do ourselves any favors by laughing a lot during the investigation. But no, it was a great time.
There's just something about there being like 6 dudes in the middle of a forest, in the middle of a field, just having a lot, like taking the piss out of everyone.
Shit, I wasn't thinking about that, but no, it was definitely interesting. It sounds like we got some footsteps going around the place. We captured a few things here and there with the SB7.
We did have that bit where we were doing a spirit box at one end and our REM pod went off.
Yeah, the REM pod went off when we were at one end. And we'll definitely need a vacation after this, Irene, for sure.
Should we go to Japan?
Yeah, we should go to Japan.
Linda, the investigation was in Nottingham. But it was just outside of the town and it was called St. Mary's Church. Also known as the Colston Bassett Church.
Yeah, and if you go to the Huntophobia page, I put a picture of it up this morning, and it's honestly, it's really, really cool place. Obviously, we need to go through our evidence, our footage, our audio, and stuff like that. But I will say I'm glad I brought it.
Yeah.
Because I have this thing that goes over the microphone. I forget what it's called, but it's some kind of cover.
It's something like a cat's tail or
something like that. Yeah. So I put that over the microphone, which really got rid of mostly all the wind, which was great. But there was a few things that were interesting about the place. As soon as I walked into the place, I felt a woman, and right away, and it was very, very overpowering, this woman. And I actually picked up a name, which I never usually do. I picked up the name Kathleen. Now, after that, I went outside because there's graveyards around, gravestones around the church. So I actually felt a man in that area, and his name was George. I felt George. And then literally 30 seconds later, I come to a headstone, and the name George is on the headstone, which I thought was really interesting. And later on in the investigation, John happened to mention, that about the George, and he actually thinks, or from what they know, his wife was named Kathleen.
Kathleen.
So that was interesting. Something also interesting happened, and I never really thought about it until this morning. There was a certain point. If you've seen any GSI's videos, they've been there before, and John has been affected. He's gotten really sick. He's thrown up and all that stuff. It started happening again to him last night. But what I found interesting, when that started to happen, I felt something hit my hand, and I never thought anything about it until this morning. I have a big bruise on my hand.
You can see it on there, yeah.
So I thought that was, and obviously I thought originally it might have been a bug but there was no bugs around.
No.
But I don't think a bug would do that.
No,
definitely a bug would not do that. So, but overall, it was great to meet John and Ralph, and yeah, we'll see what the video is going to be like once we put the video together, and that's all I can really say about last night's investigation.
Pretty much sums it up, yeah.
Yeah. So. But again, we did hear footsteps. We did get a couple of hits off the SB7. We did get the red pod going at one point. Actually, the red pod was even going when it was on the rock. It was totally knocked off.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing. Hoping, I think I might have got it when it fell because it went off first.
Okay.
And I turned the camera. But the REM pod gets knocked off of the rock that we had it on.
Now, the funny thing is, like when originally it fell over on the rock, so I took it off the rock and I leaned it like okay, you can put it this way. I put it like this. So it was leaning like this. But then it fell forward.
Yeah. So
now,
I think I've caught it on camera.
Yeah, so it could have been the wind.
It wouldn't have knocked it forward wise because the rock was in the way and the wind was blowing
It probably would have more likely fallen sideways.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been thrown forwards.
So. Yeah, so that was cool. We were there for probably, 2.5 hours?
I think we were there I think investigating was 2.5. I think we were there for 3.
Yeah. So ended up being an interesting night, but I think meeting John and Ralph was, obviously we've talked to them a lot over the last year.
And I think we had them on the show quite early on when we were doing the show. So.
Yeah. So so that was good. That was really good. But tonight
we get to cross something off our bucket list today.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. And I'm not saying there's going to be any frolicking in the forest or skipping or me wearing tights. It's probably not going to happen. You should have beat me. I would have helped you guys. That would have been a very, I guess we could have done it on Facebook.
Yeah, we could have.
I guess we could have messaged you on Facebook. But Sherwood Forest, come back down south. Yes. Yes. Nando, 700 spots. You could probably find 3 or 4.
He misses us already, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. I miss those guys.
I do as well.
Yeah, they were good. So Sherwood Forest is on our bucket list, me and Lex's bucket list. So we're heading there tonight. It takes a couple of hours to get there.
Yeah.
We got to leave literally 2 minutes. So because one thing I've noticed here, and there's been a lot of road construction and hazards that we either get slowed down or have to get off the highway. and divert to somewhere else, which is usually a pain in the ass.
Yeah, down the Devil Anus roads.
Yeah. So Lex, I found out something interesting while I've been here about Lex. When you're driving down the road, and I'm sure a lot of you have done this, driving down the road and you got those trees that are over top of the road, so you're kind of driving through.
Almost like the trees are creating a tunnel. It's got to be like a backward road as well. It's got to be like a back alley road. Nothing anywhere around you. You drive down this small narrow road, the trees over the top of the car, and I refer to that as the Devil's Anus of roads. That's what we call it.
I have no idea where that is. That you make that up, or other people say?
I just said it once in the car.
Oh, okay.
It's in the dean, and we've used it ever since.
Okay. So yeah, tonight's investigation hopefully is going to be good. It's going to take a little bit to get there. We got to do a little bit of walking too.
Yeah.
And
yes,
what is that? The Yield Solution in Nottingham apparently has caves beneath it, and people have felt like they've had hands on them. There goes my fantasy. What does that mean, Irene?
Of seeing you in tights.
Oh, yeah.
Annette, I don't know if we'll be able to do it over this tour. Well, I won't be able to do it over this tour. Maybe you can go back and try and do the inn if you want to go back up north.
No.
But if not, I will.
No.
I will check that. If you remind us on the show at a later date, or if you message me on Twitter with that location, and I will look it up and try and hit that spot too.
Yeah. So other than that, Sherwood Forest tonight, hopefully it'll be good. We will update everyone tomorrow on how it went. Tomorrow is
we have a day off.
We have a day off tomorrow from investigating. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but yeah. So we'll come on some point tomorrow, probably sometime around this time, and update you about tonight's investigation. So we're definitely looking forward to it. We're looking forward to. John won't be with us tonight. It will be Ralph and someone else. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. From what we understand, obviously Sherwood Forest has a lot of stories, but when John and Ralph and his team have been out there, they've captured shadows, they've captured EVPs. I don't know if anybody's been touched. I think John mentioned something about somebody being touched. I might be wrong on that. So, but it's on our bucket list, and I'm glad I'm going. And but we'll definitely update you tomorrow on how it went. But I want to thank everybody that came into the room today, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We might come on a little bit longer tomorrow, maybe discuss other things as well. Maybe we'll bring somebody on.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring somebody on. But other than that, you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for coming in, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.